The health of the microservice conditions is a microservice is up, and then also the service that you expecting all the data is status 2, and then so on so forth. The same test cases that you can do also in the Swagger UI. That's I already show you. So you can do some test in the Swagger UI. So they have some insert functions. So you see I can insert it to create, update, delete functionalities, and so on so forth. 220 2020 and then maybe you can simply copy these test cases to put in the Swagger UI, user registration, the post methods, try out maybe the, no, it is Swagger 3. I can go there. So it required parameters. So you can pass it here, then try out. So you see how efficient the 221 and so on and so forth. It is perfectly working. We're expecting. You can try more. This is 222. What? It's exactly what we're expecting. And then also the Swagger 3, that's applications that we are try out. We can put it like our execution code. We can complicate it. We can show here, put it here and execute the Swagger UI. So your application, this is a different version of the your database. So 20207, because we are in this database, user registration database, we can see now user role. So you see that 207s properly handles, and user role, we can put it with user role and entries. Maybe we have different tables names as a different projects. So it has a user roles, which tables, no, no, this is the tables we are looking for. So two entries, and then maybe we can create one record for the user role, link to the link to the link to the maybe the 227. So let's have a check Postman's link to the 227s, and with the 227 with the Swagger UI, that's the service is running. So you can say put. So 3 entries there. Let's have it checked. It is the data is properly landed into these applications. Now this is Swagger 2. Now, so there is no tables because we didn't put it here. So we need to be put here. Other database, I will show you the database. So here in this case with the version 2, that's we are looking for the version Swagger 2 versions, and then this is the HTML version format for the Swagger UI, and this is the health condition of our port number. Those are new into how can you globally set the Postman variables. You can also go there, so it's change the values, and that's I say this is I already discussed in the previous screencast how it is works, how it need to be checked, and how can you globally set this global variable parameters, and then the testing team and deployment team or development team just simply change the host name and port numbers, and it's the all test case automatically need to be done. Just you need to be import and export, and they will import it to your applications. So what we need to do here, we have some tests that we already did, and then we need to be some user role to link to the get together. So we have a 207 that I said, and this need to be linked, and then this is the same database. So again 5s. So that means, and then we can check it how this database is properly user role is linked with the, so you see the properly linked with the user role with the link with the respective user. So it's working. That's both side, you can test it, and then now we can, this is all the CRUD operations, everything properly. Just those who are in my channels, that look for the previous channel, how it is configured globally, how can you properly design, and how can you export import your test cases for the testing teams and then the web teams, and they can simply run, change their port number, the IP address where the application is installed, and the port number which port is free, and other case automatically will be deployed. Just they need to simply change this port number. this is the IP address, and then port number, depending how you define it, where is installed the application. So, and then now we'll go back to the Swagger UI that I said. Here is our this is the application tool, our the Postman test. This is the number that we are looking for, 207, the registrations we already created, and we will go to the user role creations for the two that we already, and the Postman user role creations, user registration, user role creation. This is the Postman, and we can say here tryout, and then we can put it here again to 07 and body required, and we can copy the body. Maybe I'm really lazy to type in, we can put it here. That's all. So we can execute, and then I think so 108 we can execute, and so on and so forth. And then you can look for the database. This is properly landing, this one. So you see that's exactly what we're expecting. That's all the cases you can do the testing, the Postman testing. So and what we didn't change it yet. Maybe we can different connections. We will go to the database that we are looking for, our previous database. So now we can check it, our previous one, the Swagger U2 database backend server. So it has more entries and more record that we have a testing, and it has user role that we did in the Swagger UI. So it says exactly what we're expecting and what is testing. So that means all the things that you are looking for, this possibility, we can come up, and then you can do what you like to do. That means you have the possibility to integrate all the test cases from the Swagger UI, the test cases to look for the company requirements. If the company says we need a Swagger UI to test a microservice API to properly documented your REST APIs, you can do with the Swagger. That's no problems at all. And depending which version you are looking for, it's depend up to you how it is looked for. It's depending on you. And if they say Swagger, no, we need to do Swagger UI, not Swagger 2, so we need to OpenAPI 3, the latest version, you can do also. That's all. And if someone said, no, we need both sides, the Postman test, and then Swagger UI test and Swagger documentations. Of course, the Spring Boot has some REST API doc dependency. We can also do this way. But most of the companies in the world, they are looking for, they are using most of the companies in the Swagger UI for API documentation. And sometimes some companies, they are doing the API documentation plus testings with the Swagger UI. The Swagger, there has a lot of possibilities, Swagger code generation, Swagger hub, and so on and so forth. And some companies says, no, we didn't need to Swagger use, that's the proper Postman testing, that's I show you, said it here, just proper Postman testing. You just simply change your IP address and port number and run the same test for the testing team. Doesn't matter which part of the world, just you need to IP address change, port number change, and then testing team, the deployment team, or web teams, they call it, they tested it, and then after that they give the feedback to you, and as you are API developer, then you are continuous integration and continuous deployment process. That's the really core idea for sharing with these ideas and concept with you. So that means we cover all the parts, and for the Swagger UI 2 and Swagger 3, I will add more info functionalities with the Swagger 2 and Swagger 3, depending which version you are. So now I said bye-bye and goodbye. I am continuing the further development, and then subscribe the channels, write down your ideas and concept into our channels. I try my best to share my knowledge with you, and you can share your knowledge with us, and that will really help us to make a really proper implementation, or to contribute the community for those things. And now I say bye-bye and goodbye.